What is up everyone, MunchingOrange here and welcome back to Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Ninetales, which should basically be the name of this playthrough at this point since Ninetales has been the star of the show here. But we're in the Pokemon Center of Fuchsia City. After last episode we took down the gym leader here, of course, Koga, the poison type master. But before we even think about taking on another gym, we've definitely got to do some training. So let's check out our party here and you will see that Darwin has fallen behind quite a bit in levels, now at 42, whereas Ninetales is at 45. And we've also got Frank, of course, the newest addition to the team, only at level 30. So we're definitely going to have to train up this dude. But there's a whole bunch of other Pokemon in our box, actually. There's actually a couple of them which I want to train up because I'm not sure if you can actually find their evolution in the wild at all in these games. We're going to add them to the party just so they can gain some experience for a little while. And you may have noticed at the very bottom of my box here, there's a couple of water Pokemon that I've caught, like Tentacruel and a certain Staryu here, Dasani, which is kind of a long story, but I was chain comboing Staryu to the south of Pokemon Road. You guys may remember last episode, I really wanted to get a shiny Staryu, and so I ended up catching a ton of them, but Dasani here was actually the, well, star among all of them. It was the one that shone the most brightest. It was just the strongest Staryu is what I'm trying to say. And I actually was thinking about adding a Staryu to the team, but after last episode, I noticed a lot of people really want Bentley to stay on, as well as Artie. I mean, people just love the Kanto starters, and I definitely understand that. I did want to originally have a Staryu on my final team, but I really wanted it to be a shiny Staryu, and I still haven't found one. So Dasani was the best one that I was able to get. And I know our team is not looking too stacked right now, like we don't exactly have too many hard hitters, but then again, I have a feeling we're not really going to need too many of them during this episode. So let's have Dasani run along with us, or oh my gosh, okay, I guess float along with us. That is one of the craziest walking animations I've seen so far. But let's finally get to the episode, and like I mentioned, we're going to be heading to the east of Fuchsia City and running our way all the way back up to Lavender Town. There's actually quite a lot of Pokemon that we can catch here along the way as well on Route 15 and 14 and 13. It's going to be a long episode, but it's a good thing because I actually wanted to slow things down anyway and get a little bit more, well, it sounds weird, but personal with you guys. And oh my gosh, there's a Venomoth already. Okay. Well, that's definitely a Pokemon we haven't gotten in the decks just yet. And actually one we just got a little bit too close up to in the last episode as we took on Koga. It just looks so creepy when it gets so close up to the screen like that, man. Like, back up a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I have a bit of a thing with bugs. They're just really creepy, dude. Especially when they're like super up close. So hopefully that doesn't happen anymore. And bam! Actually, we're going to be able to get as close as we want now as we've caught the Venomoth. And already Frank gains a level, so yeah, the training begins. And of course in this game, it's a little bit better to train by catching Pokemon than actually fighting trainers, but there are also a ton of trainers on these routes. Anyway, the powdery scales on its wings are hard to remove from skin. They also contain poison that leaks out on contact. What the heck? So Venomoth is just out here flying and poisoning people with no care in the world. Like, probably doesn't even notice what it's doing, but yeah, like I said, there's a bunch of trainers on this route as well. So I'm definitely going to keep Darwin leading off the party, and hopefully Darwin will be able to catch up in levels by the end of the episode. We'll probably bring back Ninetales and maybe Bentley at some point as well. I know a lot of people are going to miss Bentley, but like I said, I did plan on using a different water type for the ending of the playthrough, or at least as my final team. And I'm actually not sure what that is going to be just yet, but I do know we've got Buzzy Buzz on Darwin. Not quite going to take out Dodrio, so now I'm actually a little bit scared. Oh, that's exactly why, as the jump kick comes through, but Darwin thankfully tanks it there. And I just noticed we've got our like super attack ready to go, the Shake the Joy-Con, and I forgot what it's actually called. It's like Eevee's ultimate move or something, but we're going to save that for a bit of a rainy day, or I guess a tougher battle than Birdkeeper Edwin here. Not quite living up to the hype that Birdkeeper Joey set up for us, but dang, there's a lot of Weepin' Bells here actually, and there are quite some rare Pokemon in this route, as well as the upcoming ones. that I think we're going to need to get a chain going for. Like, maybe just catch a couple of Pokemon in a row. Or I could always throw up a lure as well, as Beauty Lana is out here this time, and she's going to have the Growlithe. Okay, not too bad. I guess this gives us a chance to show off. Oh, I got Sappy Seed instead. I don't know why I thought I got the water move on Darwin, but nope, I got quite the opposite. So let's just go for a double edge, and maybe that'll take down the Growlithe in one hit. Okay, Darwin, I see you with the power. I'm a little bit scared of the recoil though. Yeah, that's always going to be a bit rough. But, oh, she's actually got another Growlithe. Okay. Will she have 3 Growlithes though is the question. And the answer is, of course, yes, because, I don't know, a lot of the trainers in this game, I've noticed a pattern in that when they have 3 Pokemon, it's usually the same of the 3, like just literally the same Pokemon 3 times. I think in Koga's gym, there was a dude with 3 Haunters and then a lady with 3 Arboks, or vice versa. The point is, I've noticed this pattern where when they have 3 Pokemon, it's usually the same Pokemon 3 times. But I've just noticed a nice coach trainer over there and another Venomoth already. You know what? Maybe I'll get... Wow. I was about to say we'll get a chain going with Venomoth as it goes over the ledge there, but I'm not actually sure when a lot of the Pokemon that I added to the team are actually going to evolve at, but we'll just not worry about it for now. We're just going to keep battling, keep catching away, and we'll see how much experience we end up getting. But yeah, as I mentioned, I wanted to get a little bit more, I guess, in depth of what's been going on with my life and with the playthroughs and just with the channel in general, because it is now the 16th of December, which means it's been officially 1 month since this game came out, and I wanted to kind of look back and see how our progress is going so far here on the channel. Darwin is just not having it right now. Like, we're getting a little bit unlucky with the Pokemon coming out. So taking a look back at this month, my goal was to try and get back to uploading daily, especially with Let's Go being a brand new game. I thought it would be just what I needed to kind of get back into the groove of YouTube and things. And honestly, it was. Like, Let's Go has been so refreshing, and it's been really fun so far actually trying to get back into the swing of things on YouTube here. But I've definitely been a bit slower than I was hoping for. Like I said, my goal was to have at least 1 video daily, and I think we're on episode 18 now. So yeah, about 18 or 20 videos uploaded in the last month. So I'm a bit low on the quota there, about 10 videos missing. So definitely not exactly what I was hoping for. And it's really all up to me because I've been trying to work, you know, as efficiently as possible with these, trying to get them out quickly. And I even hyped up a marathon at the beginning of the playthrough. Like I said, I would be posting just videos back to back to back. It's not necessarily that this is the hardest thing in the world, because it is just commentating over a game and then editing it. But I guess because I've been off for so long, and what the heck, I did not know that Toxic could hit through Dig right there. I don't know how that works actually. Does the poison just like ooze into the ground and somehow hit us? I'm not sure, but this is actually one of the main issues of why I feel like it's been so weird getting back into the groove of YouTube, because as you can see, I'm constantly distracted between like commentating about the game and then commentating about my real life. When I started YouTube, my channel was, I would say, more like a vlogging channel, even though it wouldn't be literally vlogs, it was gameplay. But I would treat my gameplay like vlogs. I'd basically use it to kind of talk about my day and talk to you guys about my experiences on what's been going on in my day and all that. And the commentary on the gameplay would kind of take a backseat to that. But as time went on, and I guess I started treating it a little more seriously, and YouTube became, of course, my full-time job and everything, I started to think of them more as walkthroughs, so I focused a lot more on like doing the commentary based on like what's happening in the game, as well as in general just being informative, but still having, you know, that MunchingOrange twist, which, holy crap, that was a crazy move right there. Barely took out the Vaporeon, but I believe it actually, yeah, it does Leech Seed as well, as you saw there. So we're still gonna take it out somehow. That is so lucky, man. I swear, Eevee's moves in this game, like the marvelous moves you can learn at the Pokemon Center, are so OP. And I'm actually really hoping this girl here... Oh, okay, well, that answers that. I was gonna say, hopefully she's got the 3 evolutions. Since she is an ace trainer, I thought that would be a cool theme to have. But, ooh, we actually didn't get or destroy the Dodrio with Buzzy Buzz last time, so yeah, we're not gonna do it this time either. Oh, We do get the paralysis though. No! Oh, wait a second. Darwin, you're the best. Holy moly. Okay, that was super lucky. Darwin definitely should not have survived that, but if you play a lot with your Eevee, I guess that's what happens. It's kind of, or literally like the friendship in Pokemon and Me back in X and Y and the other games that have Pokemon and Me. To be honest, I kind of forgot if they had that in, what's it called, Sun and Moon. I'm pretty sure they did, but it was called Pokemon Refresh, yeah. It's all coming back to me. It's refreshing my mind, man. It was a while that I was off of Pokemon 2, guys, so I've definitely been a bit rustier than I thought coming back to YouTube. And okay, that Sappy Seed didn't do nearly as much as I was hoping for. So now Darwin is definitely going to be going down. Oh, I always feel bad seeing, wait, what? What did, how? How did you just do that, Darwin? You are actually insane, my dude. And I am so thankful because without that, we would kind of be getting our butt kicked right now. But I'm going to keep trying to focus on my rant. You know, this episode is going to be a bit slower since we're not doing anything major in the plot, I guess, you know. I'm not trying to be as critical on myself commentary-wise, which is something I've been doing. I don't know, like I was going back to what I was saying, sorry, because I definitely get distracted a lot too, and that's an issue. But, oh, speaking of distractions, Psyduck is apparently learning Surf right now, and I did not even know Pokemon could learn Surf, like just as a level up move. But ever since HMs are gone, anything is possible, so who knows, man. Maybe Darwin will learn Surf at one point, but Kendra, don't be so harsh on yourself. As actually one level is all we needed for Psyduck to trigger his evolution, and that is awesome because of course we're trying to get that Pokedex nice and filled up, and we're about to add another one to it. Psyduck, glow up into Golduck. And that's that. I think this is one of the Pokemon you actually can find later on in the game, but its long, slim limbs and in broad flippers, they're used for swimming gracefully in lakes. Gee, never would have guessed that one. But yeah, I think you can actually find Golducks way later in the game, close to the post-game actually, I'm not sure. But since we can get one now, you know, I figured we might as well. We already had that Psyduck at a pretty high level. Do I want to bring Bentley though, or do I want to bring Artie in? Or do we actually bring a Meowth in? Because I think Persian is one of the Pokemon that we can't catch in the wild at all. So maybe it's time we bring in a little Meowth action just for some training here. And yeah, now I can finish up my rant from before, which I seem to have already forgotten. But this is definitely the issue with nowadays. I seem to be struggling with balancing between like talking about my personal life and like talking about the gameplay or how professional exactly to keep it, as oh my gosh, we've just found a wild Pinsir, and this is definitely one of those rare Pokemon I was talking about earlier. Look at those teeth, dude. That is scary right there. And oh man, the circle's going really quick. So yeah, let's just toss a berry real quick. Makes it more likely to get an item when given when trying to catch what? I still haven't gotten an item from a Pokemon when we catch it, to be honest. So I didn't even know that was a thing. But let's go for this Silver Raspberry, as it seems to be the best one we've got right now. And no, Pinsir, come on, dude. I was trying to get you on the first catch. We even get an excellent one this time. All right. I guess we'll settle for that. And hopefully, oh, spoke too soon. Okay. Maybe Pinsir is not going to be quite as easy to catch as I thought. I mean, it is a pretty rare Pokemon in here. I think only a 1% chance of spawning. So I would recommend using a lure or trying to get a little catch combo going, or just run around the route long enough, you know, eventually you'll get one to pop up and also catch, as we just did. Nice. We don't get too much bonus experience for that, but hey, we still getting them levels. Okay, as Drowsy's learning Psybeam. You know, I don't really care too much about this Drowsy. I'm not trying to be rude or anything to it, but we're basically only having these Pokemon around for the Dex's sake. And speaking of the Dex, we are now going to get Pinsir added in. Grips its prey in its pincers and squeezes hard. It cannot move if it's cold out, so it lives in warm places. Sounds kind of like me. At least back in the day, especially with the squeezing. I know I have a friend that will be pretty happy to hear that, except he'll never actually watch this video, so I guess it doesn't matter. But I used to definitely live in the warm places exclusively, but lately I've been living in the cold actually for the last like 4 years, and that's something else I wanted to actually bring up later on. But yeah, the first topic I guess, was literally about me getting distracted constantly with commentary, and it actually makes it a bit harder to edit my videos, I feel like, because sometimes I'll want to do something more informative and I'll just be sitting there rambling about like how I didn't like my haircut from last week. So when I'm go into editing the video, I'm like, well, I could definitely be saying something better here. And sometimes I'll even re-record like dialogue just to like be more informative, or to fill up like dead air, or I guess just me not commentating. I don't know, I'm definitely a bit paranoid when it comes to editing and all that, so I'm trying to just relax a little bit and try to go back to the roots, but it is not working out so far, judging by how this video is going, so hopefully I can figure this out. Actually, this might be a good chance to use our super move as Pidgeot comes out, and it's actually the sure hit move. That's the official name, I guess. Eevee Volley! It's time! The power of love destroys the Pokémon! Which is Pidgeot, sadly, this time. As much as I love me some Pidgeot, those golden locks of hair, we gotta take him down sometimes. Is that actually what the bird keepers base their own hair on? Because it's really weird. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the style. I'm pretty sure I was ripping on it a couple of episodes ago too, but bird keeper Donald, the Don himself, has gone down. And if we actually go around him and talk, you can see those two little spikes of hair. It looks weird, man. Maybe they're supposed to resemble like wings actually, since they all like bird Pokemon, of course, they got the wings, but I'm also going to pay attention to Eevee's tail, because anytime there's a hidden item in the bushes, like this actually, Eevee will wag her tail, or his tail actually, for Darwin. Dasani, what are you doing? Come on! I really thought I would have found an item there, but nope. At least we get a Hyper Potion over here, and there's actually another bird keeper to take on. So yeah, I guess what I'm trying to get at, the point I was trying to make is, I stress a lot about commentary for some reason. And I think the reason is literally because over time I've built up more and more people trying to watch these videos. I mean, it's kind of crazy how I'm still one of the few Poketubers with over 1 million subs, and the fact that I mostly do Let's Plays, because I think most other people that do Let's Plays, it does really well, of course. Like, a lot of people enjoy watching them, but it's not exactly what you want to do on YouTube if you're trying to just gain subs, you know, or get a ton of views either, because at least back in the day, I mean, episode 1s always do really good as far as views go, but I feel like over time, Let's Plays have been kind of going down a little bit on YouTube. Like, a lot of people still do them, and I'm sure they enjoy it as much as I do as well, because I love doing Let's Plays, actually. It's the closest thing we can get to being a real-life Pokemon trainer. And it's not even real life, because you're playing a video game, but you're playing the game in real life, and I don't know where I'm going with this, but the point was that I guess as more and more people started watching, I definitely started getting a bit more careful with, I guess, how I make my videos. I mean, obviously, one big thing a lot of you older viewers might notice is that I used to actually curse in my videos too, and I never in a million years imagined that switching to PG would have that much of an impact. Like, at least with the Adpocalypse, if you guys don't know, a couple of years back, YouTube actually made it harder for people that aren't PG in their videos to actually make money. And all of this stuff kind of came to me sort of by luck, honestly. Like, I just happened to start making more PG videos because I realized I was playing a PG game and there's a lot of kids watching, even though there's a lot of older ones watching too. I mean, shout out to my older viewers here, but there's definitely a lot of kids as well. I mean, Pokemon is literally a game made for everyone, so... Oh, that guy actually only had 1 more Raticate. I thought he was gonna have 3, but he broke the pattern. My dude, you're making me look bad right now. What do you want still? Oh, nothing. I guess I should wrap up my rant though, which is going on for a little while now, and this is only topic number 1, but over time and with the changes to my commentary and the changes to YouTube as well, I guess I've just gotten more professional, and I don't exactly know how to go back to being that casual old Munch where I would just turn on the camera, record for like, you know, whatever, 30 minutes and just upload that. But it wasn't even 30 minutes actually, because another thing that's changed over time is the length of my videos. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but this playthrough, most of the episodes have been well over 30 minutes. And this is actually the first time that I think I've pushed it that far, because I was never a big fan of longer videos myself, but Like I said, the landscape of YouTube over time has changed, and Let's Plays as well, and I feel like nowadays making longer videos is definitely better, especially for playthroughs, because you just simply get more done in an episode, you know? As well as these Pokemon games with the animations and all that, and the loading screens. They get a lot longer over time, man, but I did skip this coach trainer over here, so let's talk to her now. The trainers are all very strong. I've trained every single one of them. I assume you want to get strong too. Yes, let's do it. Here I come. I actually didn't know that. The coach trainers literally coach other trainers. I mean, it makes sense now that I'm hearing it like that or saying it out loud or whatever, but I don't know. I guess I just didn't think of it that way. And she's actually got a Machoke, which I think is a Pokemon I brought up earlier, but thankfully we've got the Sparkly Swirl on Eevee. I love these Eevee moves, man. They're just so good, and this is the first time we're actually going to get to use the Fairy type one. We did have Glitzy Glow before, the Psychic move, but now that we took down Koga, I figured we didn't need that as much, but wait, what? That actually took us down? Okay, I guess when it looks like I'm not about to get taken down is when we actually do get taken down. When it looks like all hope is lost, Eevee somehow lives with 1 HP, but not that time. So let's just bring out the Dasani. It does have the Psychic, so yeah, that should be pretty easy dripping there. All of this water, man. Dasani's dripping with it. And, ooh, actually she's going to have a Magmar as her second Pokemon, which I don't think we've ever fought before. I actually don't even know where the heck we can find Magmar in this game. I mean, if I had to guess, it'd probably be on Cinnabar Island, since that place is apparently an active volcano, but we haven't quite made it there yet, so yeah, I honestly kind of forgot Magmar even existed. There's also Electabuzz, of course, but I think Electabuzz, I mean, it's usually only in the power plant, so we'll get there eventually, but for now, can Dasani handle its first battle? I'm a little bit confused right here about whether to call him, her, it, or whatever, because Staryus and Starmies don't have gender, but I feel weird always saying it. I mean, even with like pet rocks and stuff, right? People have those in real life sometimes. Or just a pet that you're not really clear on the gender. People usually still associate one to them, right? I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm stepping over the line here, you know. I see the flame of potential in you. Let me give you a TM worthy of your skill. Ooh, okay. This is where we get Fire Punch. You can use that to teach Fire Punch. It can give even an opponent a burn if you're lucky. Oh gosh, I can't read for some reason. But Fire Punch, man, that is a move I've been waiting for so long because actually our Cinder, I believe, is better with physical attack anyway. And I know I've been wanting Flamethrower for a while, but Fire Punch may just be the answer we've been waiting for. And might even be better than Flamethrower, to be honest. I'm not sure though. Let's find out. As it is 75 power, and yeah, we do have equal special and physical attack right now, so I guess either way Flamethrower would be a little bit better, but we don't have it yet, so Fire Spin is finally gonna spin away and we get the Fire Punch instead. Definitely better than Fire Spin, that's for sure. But yeah, with that coach trainer taken down, let's go back over to the biker gangs that we were, I guess, fighting over here. And actually Darwin is fainted right now, so maybe I should heal up Darwin before we step any further here. Alright, we're topped off and ready to take on another punk over here. We come gather out here because of the wide open spaces, huh? I'm assuming this had to do something with them being a biker gang before, because of course the bikers are gone in this game. There's literally no bikes anymore, so now they're just punk guys. And hey, this dude here has got a Magmar as well. I don't think we actually have anything super effective on Darwin, but let's just see how well we do with Double Edge. And going back to my topic, basically the entire point of telling that story about how my commentary and my style has evolved over time was that after I took my month-long break, or well, not 1 month, but months-long break off of YouTube, I was starting to get a bit stressed, honestly, because I felt like I kind of wasn't being myself in videos. I wasn't being real, or just not enjoying it as much, honestly. I still really love playing games and commentating over them, but I guess because of all of these limitations that I would put in my mind as to I have to do my commentary a certain way, or the editing has to be a certain way, or I just can't get too distracted, or I don't know. There's a lot of things I'm definitely overthinking here, and so that's why I kind of wanted to get back to something a little simpler here with Let's Go. just a boy and a game and his microphone, which is how I think I started off before the playthrough, how I said I was going to deal with it. Just because I thought that would, you know, give me a chance to like kind of de-rust a little bit, get back into the groove of things, and maybe not have to worry so much about the quality exactly, and just get out videos for you guys, you know. But it definitely still, I get in my head way too much. Like with the commentary, I think I just need to actually simplify things a little bit, like not think too much about it or think about what I'm saying and stuff. Which is actually why I thought that live streaming would be a better option. Not necessarily better than YouTube, but definitely something I should look into starting up. Because when you're live, you know, it's literally live. There's no like editing or post-production or anything. You literally just say, and what comes out just as it is. Ooh, this Machoke is looking pretty tough. Hopefully the Sparkly Swirl can take it down this time. Oh man, it didn't work against the Coach Trainer. I don't know why I thought it would work this time, but please no Karate Chopping. Oh no, it's Brick Break instead. Darwin, please. Oh, twice in a row we lose to Machoke, man. Feels bad. Maybe some Pokemon need certain stones to evolve. Wow, that's literally what I was just talking about, as Staryu does actually need a Water Stone to evolve. I don't really know if we have a Water Stone in our party or anything, but ooh, I've noticed Eevee's tail is wagging right now, so is there an item here or what's going on? Not you, Dasani, come on. Is this just telling me it's close by and not literally? Oh, okay, yeah. I guess the tail wags faster the closer you get, so we were a little bit off there, but no Bellsprouts for me today. Although it would be nice to actually get another catch combo going, since there is one more rare Pokemon, I believe, in this route that we can get. But I just noticed, why the heck are we not flying on Charizard right now? Like, alright, nice and healed up and ready to take on the rest of this route, as apparently we fought that Bird Keeper. I don't know why, I thought we hadn't battled this guy yet, but winning or losing, it's insignificant. You're right, my dude, which is why we're just gonna keep on trucking through and taking down these trainers and hopefully getting through my rant, because there's still a lot more I want to talk about. But just to summarize, I guess what I was talking about earlier and what it eventually meant is all the overthinking and like commentary, the production of my videos, the quality and all that, it definitely started stressing me out, and I started to think I wasn't really enjoying it as much as I used to. And you guys could definitely tell as well. I know I got some comments saying like, Munch is kind of just putting on a character these days, or he's not really enjoying the games he's playing. And honestly, I've always enjoyed playing games and doing commentary. That's just something that I feel like ever since I started doing, it was a hobby, you know, so it was definitely something I enjoyed doing. But over time, I started losing that feeling of just literally grabbing the mic, getting on, and just putting out a video, I guess. It's not really the same as it used to be, you know, things got more complicated over time. And it's not to use it as an excuse or anything. I mean, as the channel grew, of course, I grew as well, and I was able to do more higher quality, higher production videos and all that. But at least the Let's Plays, I started feeling like we're dropping in quality, or at least my commentary wise. I was just like all over the place with it, or just not in it at all. And so that's when the break came along. I was just like, I need to try something different, or just not do the same thing every single day over and over. Since basically my day was pretty much the same every time. I just wake up, try to record a video, and I just noticed Charizard might not be the best idea for this area here. Is yeah, he's gonna keep getting stuck and stuff. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with having a pattern, getting a groove on, you know. I mean, YouTube did definitely become my full-time job eventually, more than a hobby. So I knew this is what I had to keep doing every day. But I guess just after some time, I couldn't handle it anymore. I mean, maybe it was part of growing up too, like only thinking about doing and getting out a video every day. I didn't really have a lot of time to process what was going on in the background, and the fact that I'm literally getting older, just still in my room every day doing the same thing. And honestly, I started feeling a bit down. I don't really know where it came from. There wasn't any specific reason. It's not like I hated doing YouTube or playing games for a living. Like, I still, to this day, love it so much, the opportunity that I've been giving here. I guess the monotony of it, just getting older, becoming an adult, I guess, and realizing that this is what I could end up doing for the rest of my life. I was thinking about it differently than I used to. I guess when you're younger, you're just like, this is it. I'm enjoying it right now. I'm having fun, and this is all there is to life. So I'm just gonna ride it and enjoy it. That kind of mindset is what I had when I was younger, but I guess as I've gotten older and I've realized like this is actually it, this could be my career for the rest of my life. I don't know, I definitely started to stress about it a bit too much, and that's eventually what led to literally all of these things I'm talking about. I took the break off YouTube. I basically wasn't doing anything with my life, nothing productive. I wasn't even working on other hobbies or anything, and I was like down on life in general at one point, and it's been really hard for me to admit that to you guys. I've just always been a person that basically relies on himself. Like, I don't know, I've lived alone since I was 17 years old, I'm pretty sure. I moved out, and I just wanted to be independent, I guess is the word. I've always really thought of myself as an independent person. And that's not to say that I don't have friends or I don't rely on family or anything. But whenever things start to go wrong, or like I'm just not feeling something, I'm like just really bad at asking for help, or like just basically getting out what's on my mind. Like even right now making this video, I'm really struggling to actually just get my thoughts out properly. Like there's just so much that I could say, and I don't want anything to sound like an excuse or anything. I just really want to fill you guys in on basically my thought process through the last few years basically, and I don't know, YouTube in general, where I am at this point right now. So now with all of that said, and I guess a bit of backstory to all that, let's get to what I just said, which is literally where I am today. And as I mentioned, I'm not like too upset or anything. I did want to get more videos out with Let's Go. I wanted to at least have one video every day, and I'm pretty sure this double edge here is going to be the one to do in Darwin, but oh, I thought maybe he could tough it out, you know, like he did earlier in the video. But hey, at least we turned down, or took down, Camper Perry there. So what's going on now? What is the Munch of today up to? Which is basically what this entire backstory has been leading up to. And like I said, I wish I would have uploaded a bit more videos during this last month, like just because it's a new game release and all that. I wanted to really push myself a bit more than usual. I know I mentioned that I don't want to like overwork myself or anything, but honestly it's not that it's even like too much of hard work or anything, but I just feel like after recording an episode and then editing it, which is usually about a 4-hour process just for one video. I mean, it depends on the length of the video, of course, because like I mentioned earlier too, my videos have been getting longer over time. And basically like one video of mine back in the day, or actually one video today, is basically equal to 2 videos from back in the day, as I basically used to do like 15 to 20 minute episodes. Now I'm pushing over 30 minutes with every episode. And that's not really a bad thing either. I mean, I enjoy making the longer content. Like I said, I think it works better for Let's Plays. But basically after that process of commentating and then editing and then rendering an episode, publishing it, making the thumbnail, responding to the comments and all of that, trying to get the interaction, I honestly feel like a bit drained after all of that. And I don't know if it's just from me getting older or me being lazier. I really hope it's not the latter, because I've been trying to work on my laziness. I'm trying not to waste too much time in the day, as I got used to over those couple of months that I took off. Like, I mean, I definitely let myself get into those bad habits. Like, I stopped going to the gym, I stopped making videos, basically doing anything productive with my life, which is not good at all. I definitely don't want to go back to that. But at the same time, like I said, there is definitely a strain to making videos. Even though it's not hard, it's also not easy, I guess. Especially making longer content every time, you know. The process starts getting longer. And some days I'll get started late as well, because, I don't know, something will come up in the morning, or I just want to work out, or, you know, I want to play some Pokemon Go, or gotta get groceries or something. Basically just adult life, you know, basic things that everybody's gotta get done. Sometimes will delay me a little bit, and there will be days, especially now in the winter time, where it's already dark and I've barely just started working on editing an episode. So I don't know, that definitely gets to me. And I thought about getting an editor at one point, actually, as, oh my gosh, Scyther comes out. Okay, this is actually the first Scyther that I think we've battled, so let me give a bit of importance to this battle here. The Razor Wind coming out. I don't even know what that does. I think it's actually a 2-turn move, but this is our first chance to actually test out the Fire Punch on Cinder. and it's gonna destroy the Scyther. But ding ding, if you guessed Scyther was actually the Pokemon, the rare Pokemon that I've been waiting to catch on this route, then you were right. Or actually you were wrong, because I've just realized Pinsir and Scyther are version exclusive Pokemon. So we already got Pinsir in this route, but if you're playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, you will actually find Scyther instead. I've definitely always been more of a fan of Scyther, especially when they added Scizor in Generation 2. Scizor is actually one of my favorite bug Pokemon of all time. So yeah, as far as Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee version goes, Scyther is one of the few Pokemon that I was like really sad to be missing out on. But then again, there are Mega Evolutions, and Mega Pinsir is definitely a thing. And I would have to say, between Mega Pinsir and Mega Scizor, it's gonna be tough, man. They're definitely both my top 2 favorite bug types. But this Picnicker here has got a Golduck as our other Pokemon though, which reminds me of the little Golduck we evolved not too long ago. Was that literally in this same episode? I'm pretty sure it was, but it already feels like forever ago because I've just been non-stop talking throughout this whole episode, and I still have so much to say, guys. There's been too much on my mind that I haven't been able to get out to all of you out there on YouTube, and even to some of my friends. As I was saying earlier, I feel like when I get down on myself, or when things just aren't going as smoothly as I hope to, I kind of just turtle up, and I don't want to talk to people, and I don't want to like let them know what's going on, and it's definitely not a good habit. So I'm trying to make it better, hopefully now, by being more open with you all as well as with my friends, and just trying to talk through things, you know, because as lame as it sounds, we've got each other, guys. You know, as humanity, as people, all we've got is each other. Literally, we are the only beings on this planet that can somehow communicate with each other in, I guess, a complicated way, because I mean, animals communicate, but it's not really as complex, obviously, as like language or anything like that. So basically, I'm just trying to use my words. I'm trying to get out what I'm thinking, what's going on a little bit more often, which is definitely why I thought streaming would also be a good option for me, because I don't know, I guess you're just on the spot, you know, whatever you say has been said. There's no room to edit, there's no room to like cut things out, or like just, I guess, be nervous about anything. I don't even know why I would get nervous, honestly. I guess it's just part of how my personality is. Like I said, I've always been very independent, and I don't like relying on people or anything, but there's definitely a difference between using people, like relying on them in a bad way, I guess, and just counting on your friends, you know, or just having good friends that are there to listen or help you get through your troubles together, you know. And I guess that's definitely been an issue with me. Like, I just bottle up things, you know, and just let it keep stacking and stacking until one day it just burst out, and that's definitely not healthy. But why did I not switch out on this Magneton? I'm not sure. At least we get a nice close-up look of Dasani there. I love the diamonds that it's got. I mean, I think it's a jewel, actually, not a diamond, but whoa! I just brought in Cinder to some pain right here. The Thunderbolt coming out, and we actually get paralyzed as well. I'm not sure if we'll be faster than a Magneton while we're paralyzed. Oh! We actually were, but we got the full paralysis. That is not good. And I don't know if we even have a Pokemon that can take down Magneton if it's not Cinder, actually. So these Ace Trainers, man, I always underestimate them, but they actually are a little bit tougher. Like, I should give them more credit next time, maybe be a bit more careful, or actually just read what Pokemon is coming out instead of just spamming the B button. But ooh, Frank literally off of that battle gets a better attack, as we just used Bite Down, did nothing. Now we got the Crunching though. I'm gonna be able to do even more damage off the stab there. And Dasani also learning Recover right now. I don't know why I wouldn't go for it, but it's too late now. We'll never recover from teaching Dasani Recover. But either way, Haunter's the last Pokemon. We Fire Punch that away, and Kite is down. Get it? Because his name's Kite, and kites are in the sky. He's down now. He's not a flying kite anymore. Okay, I'm done. Here we go. We got a PP up over here, and honestly, I feel like I've rambled on for so long now that I literally have no idea what I was last talking about. But I believe I mentioned how I wanted to get an editor at one point, because I just feel like after getting a whole video done, my day is basically done. And on the days on which I'm busy, like doing stuff with friends or just not at home, which is another thing I wanted to talk about, like, I can usually record, but if I actually get into editing, it'll literally take up most of the day. And just to explain, I guess, my physical living situation for those of you that don't know, like I mentioned, I've been in the cold for a while now. I was actually living in Nebraska a couple of years back, where I used to live with Zelda Master Luke, another YouTuber, and we had an apartment together there. And eventually we got tired of Nebraska. Like, there is literally nothing to do out there aside from going to like football games or something, and we're not really too into that stuff. No offense. I mean, we're kind of like full-on nerds, you know? At least I will definitely self-identify, you know, what are sports type of thing. And I think Zelda Master might kind of fall into that category too. I mean, I'm not judging him or anything, or myself, because I also fall into that category, but basically just there wasn't too much to do in Nebraska back in those days. And I mean, in the end, that might have been a good thing, because it meant we were just purely focused on YouTube, and we were definitely able to grind it out while we were there. That was one of the times when I was most active on YouTube, I would say, because I was literally in the middle of nowhere. Like, there was not much to do, and my best friend was also doing YouTube. So yeah, we would definitely motivate each other a lot. Eventually, though, we wanted to get the heck out of there and move somewhere with a bit more stuff to do, so we actually ended up coming to Illinois, the Chicago suburbs area. And I believe we had an apartment together then, yeah, as well. Back in Nebraska, we also lived really close by to Sully Pones, who is actually another YouTuber I've been friends with a long time. And when we moved to Illinois, it was basically the same situation. We all lived in like the same apartment complex, and you know, we'd visit each other every once in a while. We'd hang out on the weekends, but overall, we were really focused on just doing YouTube. But actually, around this time was when I started getting inconsistent, I believe. And I'm not exactly sure on the timeline, but around then, a couple of months into living here in Illinois, was when we actually had the idea to do the Lost Boys, the collab channel, which I know some of you might be like, what the heck is a Lost Boys, since that thing is long gone now. But at one point we really wanted to try to do a co-op style Let's Play channel where we could, you know, have 4 YouTubers on the couch doing our favorite games, you know, just playing them, commentating. And I thought it was actually a really cool idea back then, but, you know, things sometimes don't work out. You got like disagreements between different people, and I mean, we were all individual YouTubers as well. Sully Pones, Zelda Master, myself, and I believe we actually had Purple Rodri at the time, which brings back the man himself, the myth, the legend, Purple Rodri. He had actually, I think, moved out as well to Illinois, and we wanted to do the Lost Boys together. So we actually moved out of the apartment and we tried to get a house together. Or, well, we actually did get a house together. We succeeded in that part. So basically it was all set. We had a huge house that we could share, live together, bring over other YouTubers even if we wanted to. And we definitely did that for a while. Actually, even to this day, I feel like the house is basically an incubator for other content creators to come in and, like, you know, just utilize the space, the good internet. Anyway, basically things did not work out, as you know, with that channel. And that was actually kind of the start of where my, like, I guess hesitation is the best word for YouTube started to come in, because I just wasn't really sure if my ideas or like the content I was putting out was really as good as I wanted it to be, or even what I wanted to put out, especially doing like a group effort, you know. There's just a lot of minds working on stuff. We definitely need to stock up on some PP, as I'm running out on almost everything here. Actually, we could just use fly. I just remembered we have that secret technique now, so it wouldn't really take us that long to zip our way back to Fuchsia, or fly to Fuchsia and then zip back over here. But I totally just thought that was a psychic move we just used on Nidoran, but it's just the sparkly swirl. So yeah, we went through a lot of stuff, a lot of changes, and a lot of roommates at that house in Illinois suburbs. I'm still trying to keep it all together because this is a long story I've been telling so far, but we were there in the house. At first I was living in the basement, and then I think eventually I went upstairs, and eventually, like, over time just being there, I thought it would definitely help me get more motivated to do YouTube and stuff. But I guess ever since the fail of that collab channel and then us trying to do other collaborative projects, I don't know, I just started to feel really down on myself, like not really confident in the content I was making. But hey, we're confident that this Drowsy's about to evolve, as he's added to the decks. Avoid eye contact if you come across one. It will try to put you to sleep by using its pendulum. Oh, okay, that wasn't too bad. There's a lot of creepy pastas and just creepy stories surrounding Hypno, so I thought maybe that would be a little bit more extreme. But hey, I've just realized we're almost done with this route. I think that up there is actually, yeah, the house where we stopped off way long ago. So holy crap, we've made a lot of progress, and not a lot of progress in my storytelling. So let's take on this megaphone man, who's thankfully not yelling in our ear for once, and I'll wrap up the story. So fast forward, we were living in that house for a while, and over time while I was there, even though I continued to produce content, I guess like just my confidence went down and my laziness went up over time while living there. Until eventually, I think 3 years after living there, I decided I wanted to move out again and try to, you know, do this whole YouTube thing again, like full time, try to dedicate myself for a year and just see where it would take us, you know. And I think that was around when Ultra Sun and Moon had just released, was when I moved out on my own. I was like, perfect, it's a new Pokemon game, it's time to get back on the grind, it's time to take YouTube seriously again, you know, because it is my full-time job, as I keep mentioning, which means I can't afford to just let it go like that, which is still what I did. I literally just let myself get in a hole that I never wanted to be in, but I literally just let myself fall in it. Like, I saw so many opportunities to kind of climb back out, and I would just never do it. And I mean, it could just be laziness, it could be me being like just going through some rough stuff. I mean, I feel like everyone kind of has their slumps in life, and mine just came at an unfortunate time. But hey, do you know what catch combos are? Okay, yeah, we know about this. Are you actually gonna... Oh, okay then. I guess he's just gonna tell us about them. And actually, this gives us an opportunity to go and heal our Pokemon fully, so let me do that real quick. I don't want to make any excuses or anything. I just want to say, for anyone out there that's kind of might be going through the same thing, where you just don't feel completely happy in life, you're not sure what you want to do or what your future might look like, I just want to say to all of you that there's definitely hope. You can break out of it, and all it takes is literally you. If you're anything like me, like I said, I don't really like depending on people. It just means that it's literally all up to you. You have to be the one to wake yourself up one day and realize that what you've been doing is just not good, you know? It's not productive. I was literally just wasting away my time for so long. But we've got one final coach trainer here, training on a romantic bridge where you can smell the sea breeze doubles the effects of the training. Is that so? Okay, I think I'm ready then for this romantic training up here, which is actually another thing I wanted to bring up. But during this last year, even though I wasn't really too active on YouTube, I tried to work a little bit more on my personal life, you know, trying to get back to working out, and even actually trying to get a relationship once again, because it's been a really long time since my last relationship. And honestly, I was kind of thinking I would stay single for a really long time. I mean, it was like 3 years or something that I was single, just because I felt like I wasn't really ready for a relationship, or I just didn't even want one, honestly. But I mean, I guess the doing nothing kind of contributed to that as well. But I started thinking, like, I'm getting older, you know, I'm growing up, man. Time is not slowing down at all. Even though it might feel like I was in a hyperbolic chamber, that's not how real life works, you know. We keep moving forward. I'm almost 24 now. Actually, my birthday is coming up in just about a week here, which I'm pretty excited about. But yeah, I'm definitely getting older. I'm becoming an adult, and I didn't want to like accept that, honestly. Like, maybe I was going through my teenage phase where you kind of just are in denial. You don't want things to happen. You just want time to stop, honestly, sometimes. But that's just not how it works. And I had to really get that through my head and just stop being lazy. Stop just waiting for something to happen one day and start taking back control of my own day and doing the things that I need to do. Now, with all of that said, of course, the last few, or this past month where I started uploading again, has still been a little bit rough. I've been trying to get up videos every day, like I mentioned, but between friends visiting, or visiting my girlfriend, or going to the house, which I mentioned, actually my friends still live over there, and I'm living downtown in Chicago now in my own apartment, so it's definitely pretty close by. I still go and visit them every once in a while, and whenever I'm there, it's just a lot harder to get work done, I guess. So that's where I've been the last few days, and why I haven't been able to post as much as I want. But such a romantic battle here, a token of my gratitude. Hey, we get the TM for Dream Eater, which is actually the move that she tried to use on us. Well, actually, she did use it, and then I just woke us up. Got woke, you know what I'm saying? But, oh my gosh, what are you doing over here, Kingler? I actually didn't even know you could find this Pokemon on this route, but I believe now we took on all the trainers that we can here, so let's get to some catching, as there's a couple of Pokemon that I believe we can get here, aside from Kingler, of course, who is definitely something we haven't caught just yet. Actually, I don't even know if I have a Krabby yet. I know I got one in Let's Go Pikachu version, but we're over in the main one now. We're in Let's Go Eevee, boys. That was the worst throw ever. Okay. I have a feeling this thing's about to run. Yeah, okay. You can kind of tell when a Pokemon's about to run. It does like a little animation, like a shake, kind of. And then it just poofs away, just like my hopes and dreams. Oh, hey, what the heck? A little Krabby popped up. Okay. Well, I think, like I mentioned, I don't have it here in Let's Go Eevee version, so let's try to go for one this time. Almost got the excellent capture there, but not quite. Either way, to end off my rant and end off the episode here, as I think we're actually pretty much done with everything I wanted to do. There's a couple of Pokemon here that I want to catch that are kind of rare, so maybe I'll get a little chain going with Krabby's here as he's added to the dex. Wait. Yes, that's him! I just heard its cry, and I was like, that has to be the Pokemon I was thinking of. But Charizard can barely fit through these fences, man, and you gotta be kidding me, Bellsprout. Are you actually gonna troll me right now? This Bellsprout has got to get out of the way, dude. Please! Please, just a little bit more, Bellsprout. Oh my gosh, we can actually fit through, and yes! There is the Farfetch'd, as Cinder kind of blocks the way, but it's definitely there. The duckling Pokemon that I think at the end of last episode, or the previous one, I was saying I would definitely eat a Farfetch'd. I don't know if I exactly worded it like that, but I mean, I don't think I've ever actually eaten duck before. I know my grandma used to make like duck soup back in the day, but I don't know if I ever tried it, you know. I'll stick to more of the traditional meats. I've actually been trying to cut back on the meat in general. I was vegan for like a little while, which is a whole nother story, man. There's just so many stories of what happened in the last few years that I want to fill you guys in on, and I've just been MIA for way too long. I want to get back to being just the good old Munch that kind of, you know, talks about life, talks about what's been going on, and isn't so independent as I called myself. But it goes way beyond that, honestly. I'm just keeping too much to myself, I feel like. Anyway, here is the wild duck Pokemon. They live where reedy plants grow. Farfetch'd are rarely seen, so it's thought their numbers are decreasing. I wouldn't doubt that, man. It seems like a lot of our little animal friends' numbers are dwindling these days. But that's more in the real world, and I don't want to really get into that topic. Especially considering I just said I would eat a Farfetch'd. But what? The Bellsprout! It just had to catch us slacking on the way out there, man. Can't believe that, but yeah, there's a whole bunch more stories that I want to share with you guys, but I need to find that right balance between rambling on like I did in this episode and kind of being informative in my videos. So basically what I'm trying to say is I've been a bit rusty this last month, and I've also had a lot of stuff still going on in real life. So basically I need to work harder so I can keep making these videos, bringing them to you guys on time, as well as take it easy, man, you know, momentai. Because if there's one thing I've learned over time is patience is key, and you need a lot of it to get through in this world. So that's going to be the end of this episode. Hope you all enjoyed, and hopefully I'll be able to keep myself stable as we go into this new year, so I can keep making content for you guys and keep myself alive, because it's rough out here. Anyway, things should go back to normal next episode, but I appreciate all of you listening to this whole episode if you did make it all the way through. I know it was a lot to take in, but there was also a lot I needed to get out, so I appreciate you guys listening, and thank you so much for continuing to support your boy, the Munch. That is going to be it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.